that Ireland won independence, so
Mm-hmm.
it was kept keeping it as an heirloom. So it just
Right.
carries it around everywhere.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's like if, for example, Indiana Jones ended up losing his whip or something.
Right, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not like the main thing he uses, but it has like memories.
It's
So either
personal
ways,
for
it's
them.
like long story short. I'm not saying I need the pistol. I'm saying is there any penalty I'm getting because my treasured possession is gone?
No. No, no, not at all. And ultimately, the way that we're gonna look at things, since you guys were talking about possibly concentrating on your treasures in order to try to concentrate on how to come back. I mean, ultimately, yeah, it is a great idea for you to concentrate on that. Excuse me. However, it's got always to do with the dice rolls, right? And ultimately, in order for you to be able to come back, the long story short is that every one of you needs to pass the roll at the same time. So the moment you have somebody failing that roll, that's automatically taken as someone
It's
being
rough.
not in the right state of mind, or being being thinking about something else. And at that
Right.
moment, your perception of the world that you're trying to go to, that already changed. Because you can control what you are feeling and what you are thinking, what your mind is, by controlling what, I don't know, 4 or 5 people are thinking at the same time or feeling. It's not that easy.
Yeah, that's why I said like the thing to actually help.
Yep.
But you know,
All right, so we are. Last time you guys were planning how to how to get in the building, pretty much. As far as I know,
Uh,
you guys
with
were contemplating retrieving your little medallion, your little amulet, to try to to go back to your reality.
I think that might be a session behind because we were in the endless corridor.
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You're
we
right. You're right.
decided.
Sorry.
Yeah,
My
we
apologies.
decided to drop the
Yeah.
building plan instead of go with
Sorry. It's been a long day.
Sydney's tree mark
Hmm.
because that's both outside and something that she would recognize.
Right. Yeah. Because when you guys started opening the doors, things were not going
got
very
fro-
well.
we got
Uh,
frozen.
yeah.
Let's
You
got
got you
frozen.
got you got completely submerged in water. Then one of you got burned. At one point, you guys opened a door that was like at a frozen world.
Yeah, the Frozen World was last session, and
Yep.
then
Yeah, those were the. Oh, how long have we? Because we didn't remember. We like
we
think.
spent 8 hours of resting, but then we got chased due to the fact
Okay,
that
because
Al
the
was an escaped
Yeah.
slave, quote
right.
unquote.
So but we made it back and we went to the tree, right? And then we made it back to the thing. We have to keep track. Remember, we only have an hour for this thing.
Right. Yes.
I think we sort of know that because it stopped glowing after a while, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's reasonable. Like we should probably hurry. We don't want this thing to stop glowing. If the
Okay.
thing we use is not longer like glowing, that's bad for us.
Well,
I think it only.
as far as I know, you guys are in the corridor right now.
Yeah,
So if you're
but
in the
we should
corridor,
keep track.
right? If you're in the corridor, your medallion or amulet is glowing.
Okay. How long have we been in the corridor for?
Well, I think last time we determined that you guys been there for like 40 minutes or something like that.
That was before we went through the slavery door. I think we just got
Yeah,
back.
I think it was just we just did the very first thing, maybe 5 minutes at most.
Yeah, we
Okay.
only got the frozen door.
Yeah,
That's
but you went
That's where
through.
we
As far as
ended.
I know, you went through and then you came right back.
no, we didn't. We stayed a day.
Oh, okay, okay. Well then,
Because yeah,
so if that's the case,
medallion had to
right.
recharge, and then
and we were like, all right. And then Al met his lost love, who turned him in, and then we had to run away.
Mhm.
And we got some rest because we were all fucked up.
So if you're arrested, it wouldn't really matter how long, because now your medallion will definitely be ready to use.
Yeah.
Your
I
medallion
think we just
will
used it
probably
to get back.
right. Your medallion
Because
will
we're-
probably be ready to use. Within I want to say within 2 hours at the most.
I don't know if we know that, but yeah, I'll write that down now. Okay.
We're gonna do some rolls and determine how that continues increasing. But okay. So you will
How
wake
long have
up.
we been in the corridor for?
So you will wake up and you come back into the corridor, and go ahead and roll a 1d60. You can figure that out within an hour how long you've been there.
Really? We only opened one door though.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a 1d10, I guess.
1.
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. So you got into the corridor. So what's the goal here?
Well,
we'll try a different door and try to get back home.
yeah, we're concentrating on the alt investigators with our kidnapped loved ones.
All right.
Remember that there's familiar places, and then I'm also going to mention, the first, if the events are all lined up, then this amulet wasn't, or this artifact, I guess, wasn't used. It was used in our world for the first time. Well, maybe not the first time, but it was used in our world on the day of the parade, right?
Right.
Yes.
On January 15th.
Well,
No,
it wouldn't have been used for the first time then, but yeah, it was definitely
No,
used.
but
Well,
so maybe we could focus on that as well.
well,
And technically,
to be
technically,
It's used by versions of us, right?
who wants to roll
also
intelligence?
Remember, they are other us's were gone for 3 weeks. It could have very well took 3 weeks for them to do what we're doing. I'm afraid, finding a
This
suitable
is
place.
true, but we do know it was used on the 15th because we saw it happen when we were being,
Who wants to roll intelligence?
I'll roll.
All right. So,
Oh, Fergus did.
Oh,
Nice.
Fergus goes. I don't know what I'm talking about.
so you figure, Fergus, you figure that not only you're right. Actually, from the point that you started traveling, every time you make a decision, where you're going, obviously another you is making a different decision, right? Because ultimately this paradox is created by dividing things in yes or no, or 1 and 2, or good and bad, or whatever you want to say. So there's a lot of you that, for example, when you got to open the door and went through that area where the water was, there probably a group of you died over there drowning. Another group of you most likely went out to where the heat was, thinking that they could do it, they could handle it, and probably died. So it maybe opened different doors. Maybe they were in a completely different state of mind and managed to find a different world. I'm pretty sure that there's a version of you that managed to find your way to your home world already. Because that's the luck of the draw. So,
I'm sure that.
What he said.
Okay, you relay that to us.
Yeah.
right, and that for one. And for two, Then there's another thing that is going on. The fact that when you created, sorry, you didn't create that medallion, whatever, that amulet. But the moment that that amulet appeared, obviously there's one of those amulets in every single reality, regardless if you're holding it or not.
I think you're right, but that wouldn't have started until the amulet was used, right?
Correct.
We don't know when it was first used,
Well,
but we do know
right.
that it
That
was
wouldn't
used on the 15th.
that wouldn't have started this time until the amulet was used. You have no way to know if the amulet was used before or not.
Right. What
Yeah.
Sydney is saying is on January 15th, right, on that evening when the parade was happening, in that time frame, there's likely only a few universes where alternate versions of us use the amulet. All of us, the 5 of us, use the amulet.
Yes and
That
no.
is yeah, but she's just gambling on that.
Okay. So, but
Yeah.
but to be specific, yes and no, mainly because not necessarily you, but your other Sydney, along with everybody else, most likely did a couple trips already. It's impossible to tell how many trips actually Sydney did because we know that original, based on what you were told, Sydney left the first time and then didn't come back for
Right.
I think 3 weeks or something like that. And then she left again. And then by the time she returned with a bunch of she went and she grabbed everybody, all these people, and then she left again. So
Right. The thing is not the concentrating on the amulet being used in general, because I'm sure there's tons of universes where that is true.
mhm.
It is concentrating on specifically the amulet being used at the Arkham Smith, what do you call it, Industry Celebration Parade on like 9 to 10 p.m. ish on January 15th.
Exactly.
So
I
so it is
think,
that exact use case specific.
yeah, I think, here, let me do it in character. Sydney, I believe that we're focusing a bit too much. Time is still passing. I don't think we'll be able to go back to that exact thing. I don't
Well,
think
we can try, right?
I don't think that's a gamble worth taking.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's see if we can come out. We can decide if we want to focus on it or not. We have to come to consensus either way. I was just thinking about how many different universes there are. It's going to be hard to narrow it down to a place that's exactly our own.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of.
I understand, but still, it's going to be hard regardless. So let's try to keep it in a way that we can easily remember it better.
Of course, that works. Let's go with that then. I'll shelve
Yes.
this idea for now. And if we need to try it, then we can,
Yeah,
keep
unless we
around.
find something in the next one that can easily help us better. Fine, but for now, let's try this one more time.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. So, power.
Yep.
All right, we're all focusing on. Remember, we're all focusing on our loved ones with the alternate version.
Focus.
Yeah, I'm just like thumbing the dog tags I have.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Jesus.
well.
Oh, that's gonna be ugly.
Oh, these are not good. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Oh, he fumbled it too.
You're the only one that succeeded.
Yeah.
Let's open the
Alright.
door and see what's behind door number 4.
All right, so let me first determine how bad things are gonna be.
You gotta fumble and 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it also depends as to how bad are the fails. The fails. See, you got a 73 out of 70. That's not too bad. That was my roll. Then the 85, 55. That's a big chunk. All right. Okay,
Yeah, the
so
biggest one is the fumble.
96 over.
yeah, this
What
this
was
time
that?
around,
40 something.
this time around, we'll see how well it goes. So, who opens the door? Is Daniel?
That
Actually,
guy's
you know
lost
what?
his eyes
Let's
for
make it
yesterday.
make sense.
Results.
Let's make it make sense. Daniel opens the door.
Oh no.
I said the guy with worst results.
Yeah. Daniel
So we're
opens the
doing
door.
from now on, 'cause that's funny.
Yeah, let's do
Maybe
that.
if it's a fumble.
Unless someone specifically said for who was opening it.
So Daniel opens the door, and when he opens the door, you know, your character Daniel grabs the door and takes a deep breath, tries to clear his mind, but then that feeling of missing his loved ones, remembering, remembering his parents and everybody else, and how did your character have any kids by any chance, Daniel?
No.
No?
Descendants.
What about your significant?
Yes.
Okay, then your significant other. We're gonna go ahead and think that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that you just get the memory of your significant other, and you remember how much you loved her. You try to think positive things. You try to think like how you and her, you always guys been there for each other. You know, in times of happiness, in rough times too. Whenever you guys have been sick, you know, you've been taking care of each other and stuff. So, you know, you go ahead and you open the door. When you open the door, it is actually sunny. It's it looks fairly normal. Um, you know, you are definitely excuse me, you are definitely inside of a building, much like the one you were in.
We were outside by a tree.
Yeah, right now you're inside of a building.
Oh, okay.
That's how bad it is.
So you are inside of a building, but this building is it's not too bad. I mean, it's somewhat differently decorated, but it doesn't look it doesn't look isolated. It doesn't look like, you know, just out of looking at the building, you cannot spot out anything bad that may be going on.
Well, we know this isn't our original universe, but well, let's look. What is the odd decorations you mentioned?
No, I'm saying not decorated as in you know, just regular furniture, but not necessarily anything that you will find on an empty building or anything like that. It's more like, you know, you have some sort of furniture here and there, you know, they could be considered maybe modern for the times, and that's why it looks a little different, but not. I mean, you don't get to see anything out of the ordinary that will tell you if that is actually your world or not.
But we know that it opens to the place we last were. So, if we're in a building, then it is not our universe because.
Yeah, because we knew that this was a tree where you
But that
put
depends.
a mark on.
It depends because you guys moved around.
Well, I thought we were in the same kind of. I'm confused because based on what we know last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of the same area, and we got either kind of outside. Well, we did get like outside of Arkham, which is weird.
Right.
Because that's right.
Yeah, and then you actually went to a different universe where in one place you left like, let's say for example, inside somewhere, but then when you appear somewhere else, you were not necessarily inside of that place. Maybe the city was a little bit further away. not because it put you somewhere different, but just because in that universe the construction of that city was just done at a different place. So
Okay.
it leaves you always in the same point, in the same place, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not at that place. That just means that in that particular place, it's something different. And
Yeah,
considering,
we figured that.
right, considering that you left from the back of an alleyway, it's really hard for you to tell unless you appear on the street and you look at things around and you examine them if you're already in your universe or not.
Well, no, we were out of the city before. We were.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah.
We wanted to get away from the cops, so
Okay,
yeah,
well,
we went into
right
the
now
woods,
you're
there was-
just inside of a building. So you don't really know if there's cops outside, if not, or you will need to actually
Yeah.
go
This
out. The
doesn't
building
feel
doesn't have any
like
windows or
that.
anything like that.
'Cause that big tree, I remember it. It's very distinct, that grove. So if they're building here, then I guess the city's in a slightly different place.
might as well. Sounds like we should just be on our way. Then no point at just staring at a wall.
So are we going through, or what's the plan?
Well, you already went through.
No,
No,
we didn't. We're still in the hallway. We're debating whether or not. We want
Oh,
to
okay. I'm sorry. So you opened the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
No.
just want to be clear. I think we're always gonna do a little bit of debate before we go through.
Yeah.
Unless it's like clearly one we need to immediately close.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, we don't want to fucking go up in a world where giant sunflowers eat people.
Yeah, this is why we have the
Yeah.
binoculars and the thinking, the little bit of thinking we do before we step through.
I think that's a great idea. The problem is that from inside of the building, you don't know anything.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why we're debating whether or not we should actually go now.
Yep.
Open door, look, and then choose.
Or maybe
Yeah.
maybe we should try again, because I don't. It feels like. Well, everything would be different. It's really hard to say, but
Yeah, but we don't really want to take that risk now, do we?
no.
I'm not
maybe-
from this area, and we very well could have been there. This could very well be home, for all we know. We have to try. Anyone else?
You think we should go through?
This is a group effort, after all.
What are y'all's votes? Well, what does the inside of the building look like? Does it look like a lobby area, like an apartment complex? Like what kind of building does it look like?
It looks like it looks like a living place actually, like an apartment. It
Are there any windows or anything?
no, you don't see any windows from where you're at. For all you know, you can be in a big closet or a garage or whatever, but you're not necessarily seeing windows over there. You just see definitely actually there may be windows to the side, but you don't see them. Right now what you see is you see a hallway, you see some chairs, you see couch, you see maybe a table with chairs, but that's it.
Right.
So is it like a hallway with floors like different apartments kind of? Or a hallway in an apartment with different things decorated?
No, it seems to be like an apartment, for what you can tell.
Like it like the outside, like inside a specific apartment, or like the outside of like an apartment?
No,
like an
you're
interior
inside of an
hallway?
apartment based on what you can
Okay,
see.
got it. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so
Are there any pictures or anything?
Not that you can see from there. You can only see, you only have so much, you only can see so much without actually crossing through.
I guess we can try to go through. Does anyone recognize this place at all? It's certainly not the tree for that I saw.
I just look at Fergus.
Dan, you open the
Um,
door.
I didn't open the door.
No,
Daniel
Daniel.
Anderson did.
Fergus
Yeah, I'm looking
recognized
at. I'm just looking at Fergus to see if he recognizes it, since
Yeah,
I'm
and
a
it was-
foreigner.
last time we were in an apartment it was.
So, can I do like spot hidden or something?
Yeah, you can roll whatever you want.
I also do that.
Make it rain.
Hey.
Nice. Nice.
All right. You notice that there's light coming from another room, which could possibly point to a potential window or maybe a light that is on. Either or.
Do we hear anything?
No.
Yeah. Oh. Well, all in agreement. We go on through.
Yeah, let's go through. This thing does seem stupid glowing, so maybe we have a bit of time in case. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Alright, I guess if everyone
Yeah.
is
Alright, it sounds like everyone's good to go then, so. Walking on through is what we're doing.
we're doing the elementary school train.
Electric school.
Choo choo.
Choo-choo. We all hold
Choo-choo.
hands.
All right, so you guys come out, and when you guys come out, you see that you are in an apartment. It looks kind of like like a little bit different than what you normally would or are used to, right? This apartment actually has walls that are not decorated; they're just made out of bricks. Um, and there are some rooms that they have some light that could indicate that there could be a light on or that they have a window. You will need to actually go look. There's a hallway and you can see a door, which it could be a front door. um, it seems to look like it is a whole floor, like an apartment type thing that somebody lives there, like a house, but made on a building, I guess.
So like an industrial building converted to an apartment, kind of?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll try taking a look outside in the meantime.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll
spot
spy
hidden.
hidden.
Okay.
Can I listen for any sounds of people or anything like that?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll
Really?
listen if you want.
No.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anybody inside that's making noises. Also, the when you go look outside, Keegan, outside is it's pretty snowy. The windows are very covered with dirt and in snow, so it's really hard to see outside. But you can see outside that there's some cars here and there parked right by buildings. There seems to be buildings everywhere. There's not a lot of people walking, but there seems to be things like that. Like it seems to be.
Does it look to be the same amount of snow that was there when we left?
It will be very hard for you to be able to judge that from inside of a building, but
Well, I'm
it doesn't
just
look
wondering
like
if
it is an
there's, like-
unholy amount of, like an unrealistic amount of snow.
Yeah.
Does Al, do you recognize this place? You're the one who knows the city best. Recognize this area?
Do we?
Al, who's lived here his entire life, who is unfortunately the one player not here.
Oh, okay. Let's find out. Hold on. Let me go find his sketch. Oh wow, just right there. It's like, yeah, actually, this place looks very much like Arkham. I mean,
What district is? Are we in like an industrial district or?
I want to say that we seems to be close to the river. I want to say that for some reason this could be one of the buildings that that were used for processing, you know, fish and maybe other things, and turn into possibly like some sort of house or apartment or whatever. And he will be referring to possibly a building from here.
I Were we actually by the river when we were running away?
We were not. We would have been way out of town, but it's hard to. It's weird.
Even if we did it in an alleyway, like, would we have noticed that the diner was near the river?
Actually, let's do it this way. Hold on. Let me move this. Because for some kind of reason now I cannot. Well, no, I shouldn't have done that. One sec. So I keep forgetting that my second monitor is not ultra wide, but my number one monitor it is. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and say that you're here. Down here.
Oh, so we're not near the river?
No, you're gonna be down here.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't have been near the river then, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, so we decided to go through the door. We're nearby a river, even though we shouldn't be. So.
No, you're not. You're not by a river.
Yeah, we're going off of what you as Al told us.
Yeah, no, but you wouldn't. I'm telling you, as a GM, you're not by the river. And Al would have told you what Al would have told you is that yes, that building that you're in, very much seems to be an industrial building that was turned in possibly a processing plant for fish or whatever that was turned into an apartment. But no, I made a mistake. So Al wouldn't have told you that it was up there. I would have assumed that it could be anywhere. It could potentially be up there, but the building is right where the L56, L55, L58 location are in the map.
Yeah. Good enough. Well, it's very well snowing, but no one's out on the streets. Don't hear anything as well.
No, it's kind of. Is there no one out and about?
No. Nothing that I can tell.
What time of day is it now? It's What time was it before?
We left at night, so.
I thought I left in the morning after a night of sleep.
No, we just slept for a couple hours. Not necessarily in the morning.
Just what's up? Main village. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We left after. Wait. No, we did stay. We stayed until the fall. Yeah, we rested the night.
We rested so we could go to a speakeasy.
Right. So we did stay the night, and then it became Friday, and the meeting I think was like at 11, maybe at noonish.
It was at night near a speakeasy, I believe.
Well,
but
no, because remember Al had the meeting with he scheduled the meeting with Bernice the following morning at like 11 because that was supposedly her day off. So we did rest the night in order to meet
Okay, yeah. Okay, now that's making sense.
And the meeting was at 11.
Yeah, and since it's dark now, that means something isn't right, and we should probably
Is it dark
go.
now?
No, it's not dark at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But one thing that does happen is that your medallion stops glowing.
Oh, immediately?
Yep.
Oh, wow. How long has it been?
Let's see. Excuse me. 6 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Wait, that's a lot shorter than it was last time. It's only been about 7 minutes.
might be because we've left, I'm afraid. Maybe it'll recharge faster because of it?
Well, in reality, just so you all know, it's got to do with the fact that, we had like 4 fails and a fumble. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm still, and I'm RPing it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you as a GM why it is, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, we figured. Just. Alright, well, might as well get a sense of our surroundings.
Yeah, let's, what kind of, like, how, weird question, but, like, how posh does this place seem? Does this seem like a rather poor area, rather rich area, somewhere in between, like this apartment specifically?
Well, the apartment looks pretty decently decorated. It does look like nobody has been in there for, I don't know, maybe a couple months.
Okay. Are there any pictures or anything around, like on shelves?
Yeah, there are pictures. You see a couple, hug, couple there, like a man and a woman, and you see pictures of their child too. So, yeah, see many different things.
And it's around noon now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still odd that we don't see anyone.
It's a little dusty. Doesn't look like anyone's been here for a couple months, maybe. Can I roll? I want to look around, see if there's anything. Specifically, well, actually, first I want to see, since it doesn't seem like this place is occupied, I want to see if there's anything we can use as weapons lying around, like whether it's knives, guns, an axe, just anything useful.
Well, go ahead and roll spy hidden.
I mean, if it's an apartment and I'm guessing it has furniture, does it have a kitchen?
Yeah, John
so
would like a weapon now.
you're more than welcome to break a chair and try to make a steak with it if you want to. You can, you definitely find in the kitchen, cutlery, like knives,
Okay.
you may be able to find, well, you do find a butcher's knife,
Okay.
I don't know. I think if you want to find something more specific, you will need the spot hidden maybe in hard.
Okay.
I think the butcher's knife will have to do as a weapon for now.
Doesn't Daniel have a pistol?
I wasn't.
Yeah, you
I
have a
wasn't,
pistol. You have a 45 automatic with 15 round magazine.
Okay.
Well, John, if you want this shotgun,
I'm bad with handguns. Actually, I'm not good with that. Huh.
I'll take it if you. I'll take it off your hands if you want. I'm much a better shot than.
Yeah, go with a shotgun? Yeah, alright, so...
Can I potentially find anything that can produce bright light or flame, or relatively large amount of flames?
Oh.
Large amount of
kinda-
flames? Is that what you
I'll
said?
look for either shotgun or rifle or something. Home defense, yeah.
Did you say a large amount of flames?
Yeah, fire, burn shit.
Well, you can always burn the furniture that is inside of the apartment.
We can also just burn the apartment.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what I was referring
Are there
to.
any spray cans?
I'm sorry?
Spray cans.
Oh, spray cans. Go ahead and roll spot hidden.
That's gonna be. Give me a second to find the bloody thing.
Sure thing. Yeah, you do find a couple of spray cans.
Okay, those are flammable, and I have a lighter.
All right.
Improvised flamethrower.
Nice.
Perfect.
The poor man's flaming waffen.
Let me cook you some rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know if Cindy's okay. Actually, because the rabbits are carnivores, they generally don't taste very good, so the jerky is probably as a last result.
Let me cook you some rabbit.
But we do have like $8 of non-perishable goods, which is equal to like $145 in modern days. So that's a good amount.
We could also just rob people with the guns now, since
No, not unless we need to.
as a last resort.
Yeah, if we absolutely must.
Yeah, you can always you can always rob people and then take off to another universe.
Yeah. So, do I now have the 45?
Become the evil
No, you
Sydneys.
have here. You have a 75mm field gun, which is categorized as a shotgun.
Oh shit! Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it was because of the grenade thing that we didn't give it to you, but Cindy will take the butcher knife. Unless there's anyone else who is unarmed who is particularly good with brawl.
I have decent brawl, but they also have a pocket knife, so
Yeah.
I can use that.
Wait, you have a pocket? Okay, Cindy does have.
It's classified as knife small, which is switchblades and everything in that category.
Was that from the beginning? Because I don't know if that would have been taken from you or not.
Yeah. Would a pocket knife be taken away?
How big is your pocket knife? How big are we talking about?
When folded, about the size of a palm.
Nah, probably not. But go ahead and roll your luck. Let's figure that out.
Oh, actually,
how
I
much?
can roll the same because I had a small knife as well.
Okay, go ahead and roll it too.
Nope. Oh wait, that's
What
not
would-
hard though. Hold on, give me a second.
What does the gun, the field gun damage do?
Okay.
Okay. So no, you still have it.
Hold on. I don't know if it was actually written. It's 10d10. Here, hold on.
Jesus.
It's
Okay.
really good. Hold on. It should be.
Did you say field gun?
Yeah, that was what we got from the. Hold on. It should be.
I don't think that's possible. A field gun is an artillery piece.
He said that's what we got.
Well,
Yep.
Okay.
You guys got a
I'm
field
guessing
gun.
that's just.
Here, I'll send you the.
Remember that different universes may hold
I
different
know.
things.
I know.
Here, this
That's
is,
fine. Just carry on. It just always freaks me out.
Yeah, it's an insane weapon.
Well, use it. Use it.
No, it's
Yeah.
with John now.
Ah,
Which is not ideal. That's okay.
Keeper, what would
Yeah,
be...
John is just bulging his eyes at that, like, good
Hold on a second.
Lord.
Erlian,
I
what were
don't
you
have my
saying?
small knife, right? Two questions. I don't have my small knife, correct?
No.
Okay.
I do,
And
right?
how much-
How much what?
How much damage would improvised flamethrower cause? Essentially, the spray can plus the lighter to use it. Burn things at small range.
Let me think for a minute.
Probably not much. Also,
I want to say it will do, and this is just out of my common sense. So I would think that would do a 1d5, but it would have a a damage over time feature. Because ultimately
Nice.
the spray can
So
will
1d5
continue, will
burn
spray
plus
out
burn?
some liquid. So therefore, that paint and stuff with the fire will get attached to you, and it wouldn't just go off, automatically. It will probably burn you for another turn. So maybe you can do a 1d5, and then on the following turn, you can do maybe a 1d3 on top of it. Did you hear me?
Sorry, you said D5 fire damage?
1d5
Your
for the original damage, a 1d5, but then it will also have a damage over time, which on the following turn you will roll a 1d3 as a damage that gets done automatically.
Okay.
So you can potentially do 8 points of damage altogether in 2 turns.
Which is good. Plus, spray cans can be used as explosives.
Yes.
Improvised ones and very bad, but we can worry about it later. How many did you say you got?
All right, so what are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Was I able to find any kind of like shotgun or thing with? Do you want me to roll luck for that, or just fine?
If you want something like that, you're gonna have to roll your luck on hard.
Luck on hard. Okay, got it.
Ouch. Come on, get it right.
Nope.
Right,
Damn it.
yeah, I guess with that being
throwing weapons.
What?
Is the
Like
butcher
something to
knife's
throw?
medium or large, right?
Something to throw?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can grab a chair and throw it. You can grab a
Something
knife.
that's smaller that I could carry with me.
You can grab a knife, a kitchen knife.
Okay.
There's a
I'll
whole
do that.
set. There's a whole set of kitchen knives.
May I grab the butcher's knife? I think it's a medium knife, right? Because it's like a carving knife.
Yeah, you can.
Alright, I take that if
I'm
that's
going
alright.
to grab a bread knife. They have a decent flank, and they are nasty because of serrations.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, you can also use it as a screwdriver.
Oh.
And depending on the shape of the tip of the model, they can some also come with a relatively sharp point, so it will do the job.
Yep. All right, so
That's a medium knife.
all right, so you got your knives. You figured out your flamethrower thingy. You guys check out the apartment and all that. You looked outside. You unfortunately cannot see
I can-
much, but you get the idea that is a little cold outside. That's as much as you do see. You do see that it's sunny outside, so it's not like the sun is gone or anything like that. Um, so what do you guys do?
Is the sun
Uh,
yellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I, with the confidence that I could kill a god, I'm just going to be like, poke my head out the door and make sure no one's there.
Jeez.
Okay.
Like, hey, we're in a new place. Make sure there's not no one here that's going to want to kill us, let alone any flowers.
It's very weird that there's no one about. I haven't seen a single person, but maybe it's just 'cause it's snowing.
Yeah.
Let me,
That's
oh
why I'm
yeah, let me
just-
actually crop this and send you the thing for it.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just like trying to keep my gun conspicuous, but have it at the ready, you know?
Okay.
Because I don't want us to get in trouble because I'm having this. I also don't want to get in. I also want to avoid trouble if I can help. You know?
It's a great idea. So, what are we doing?
We're going to explore.
All right.
We need to
So-
know what we're getting with.
You open the
it's gonna
door.
take a while.
You open the door, and you look outside. You see that there's not an uncommon amount of snow, but definitely the snow has seemed to have gotten a little bit out of control. Um, not because it's snowing too much, but it's almost as if nobody's really cleaning or clearing the snow from the roads. You do see that cars are covered on snow to where it may give you the idea that nobody has been driving for a while, for a couple months at least. Maybe from the point that it started snowing. But then again, it could be just that area that is like that. A lot of doors, you notice like that a lot of doors are painted red.
Oh, that's probably not good. I feel like. Should we roll like a history roll for like the plague or something like that?
You can if you want.
I'm not good at it, but I'll roll it. No, I don't know what's going on.
My history is bad, if I remember correctly.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
it's
remember.
bad. If you're not talking about medicine, I'm useful. Yeah, useless. Well, there's also biology and pharmacy, but I can roll. I have 5, so if I'm really, really, really lucky.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
really, really lucky.
So, what's next, gentleman and lady?
Well, I don't like this much. It looks like this place hasn't been inhabited for months.
And I believe it's time that we should be careful.
Did you got
Inside.
the field gun stats, right? So.
I just got done with the description. I'm now going to do the attacks, which is 1/4, which is a hell of a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. There it is.
900-yard range.
Well, let's be careful. Does this seem like an entirely, like are there any store signs or anything, or does it seem
Any what? Sorry?
signs of like shops or anything like that, or is it all residential, industrial?
No, there's a couple of stores that are there. Not many of them are open, But you can roll. You can continue rolling eventually your spot hidden and see if you can find one that is open if that's what you're looking for.
I'm going to use my spot hidden to keep an eye out for any trouble or any people.
Alright, let's be careful. Are we all heading out though? Is that the consensus?
Yeah.
Alright, let's try not to pay too much attention.
Yeah, we already have a safe place to stay. We just need to get supplies
Is the
and
door
get.
on the apartment we were in painted red?
That's a good idea.
Go ahead and roll a 1d2. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Okay.
So yes.
It's, I don't know if there's any people about, but let's see if we can find maybe a store or something. We can talk to someone, cause this doesn't look. It definitely doesn't look like our place. But we gotta wait for this here amulet to get,
Recharged.
recharge.
What was the difference in the last time that we used it?
Yeah, last time it was glowing
How-
for almost an hour, but now it's only glowing for like 7 minutes.
Yeah. In out of character, it was because of a fumble. In
Lots of
character,
failures.
we don't necessarily know.
Yeah,
Okay.
we only
For
got
all
one
we know,
success
it
out of
was-
all of us.
Yeah, out of character. For all we know, it was just because we.
I
Yeah.
figured it was a fumble.
Yeah,
Because
we
it just
left.
didn't make sense. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we just thought it's because we left at the door.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, it did glow for a bit after, but
But remember what he said, and this is just offline. Week could turn into 4 weeks. 4 weeks
no,
could turn
you're
into
right.
a month. A month could be turned. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
We-
we don't.
yeah.
We don't necessarily know that, so we're just gonna.
we don't
No.
know that there's
Right.
an upgraded cooldown.
Well, that's the reason why I'm always asking about the cooldowns and everything else, and
Yeah.
try to take notes.
Yep.
Not knowing that we fumbled, of course, but I'm practicing the spell. So.
Wait, this is
Or-
the portal spell.
What?
This isn't the portal spell, which I am also teaching you and Daniel.
Oh.
I thought they were the one and the same. I thought the portal spell
They're
no,
not.
they're not.
with it.
What
No,
do you
that
mean
was
by
my
rule
fault.
for learning
My
it?
fault.
It's gonna be of several weeks, and I only started basically yesterday, so.
Yeah.
But I have the start date.
Okay.
So, how many weeks is it gonna take, Mega? Do you want to give us an estimate or
For what?
to teach?
To learn.
Yeah, to teach Al and Daniel.
Well, it
the
was-
portal spell.
I believe it was 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, it was 3
Okay.
weeks for.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Alright. That is noted.
Provided that you guys
Day one of
keep
21.
alive. Provided that you guys keep alive. 3 weeks. All right, so you guys are there. You see that there's a little bit of isolation, not a whole lot. Here and there, you notice some movement. You know, maybe you see somebody crossing the street, like on the distance. You know, walking. You know, obviously not just that one person. You do see random people here and there, but you definitely can tell that, you know, it definitely doesn't look as populated or busy as it normally is, or as you're used to.
Anyone looking sickly?
Yeah, the red door is. Does anyone look like weird? Is there and are people interacting with the red doors or the other doors at all? 'Cause the red doors are kind of a weird thing.
If they are
Well, no, the people that you're
eating
seeing are
and-
not necessarily people that you see near you, so you wouldn't know if they are entering any doors or not, or what color those doors look like. They're, you know, from where you're at, since you haven't moved at all, you can see people like walking in the distance, but not,
Okay.
necessarily interacting with anything.
Do y'all want to see if we can find like a library or store and see if we can get some information maybe?
I assume it sounds like a good time to catch up on our reading.
Alright, Al, you know the city best. Is this, I mean, it doesn't look very busy, but you know where the library would be? You said we were.
I answered the question. Mega.
What?
Where the library is. From my.
Oh, you
my
want me
time,
to
my
answer it
opinion.
for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them I believe it's down this street or this street because I'm from this town. Blah blah blah. So how
So
far is it? And if it's close, I'll lead the way.
Yeah, you say, well, you know, considering the state of things, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, potentially the library could be, you know, go ahead and roll a 1d2.
Okay. That's why I popped out a little earlier. I'm still trying to log in on my
Okay,
computer.
I'll roll it.
1d2 for me.
1 for yes and 2 for now, I'm sorry.
Well, let's see.
It,
Why is it?
he's potentially the library might be about 2 miles away, but you know, it could be there, it could not be there.
Might as well get a walk on.
Yeah.
If we see, somewhere we can maybe procure something along the way, maybe a bookshop, whatever it is, that we can stop at. But let's have where you remember the library being.
Okay.
All right, so you guys start walking. Go ahead and roll spy hidden.
Alright, let's see if I can actually pass something. No.
All right,
Oh.
so Jake,
I just realized
you notice
I
that there's
stayed on one side the whole time.
there's some sort of
Sorry, dude.
there's some sort of tank looking like truck that instead of having wheels, it has in the front 2 ski like type things on their where their wheels should be, and then on the back it's got the same type of traction that a tank will have on a triangular
Basically,
shape.
So a really big snowmobile.
Pretty much, yeah. And it just comes, and you see 2 people on it. Like, hey, what are y'all doing?
Heading to the library.
What are y'all doing?
He said, but the library's closed. You should. Are y'all sick?
No?
Well, if you're not sick, then you should stay off the streets. I mean, you don't wanna interact with folks. I mean, you're gonna end up catching the plague.
Alright, thanks. We'll be off then.
Yeah, if you keep walking around, you will be off. And they leave.
God, we have to do something, you know.
Are y'all sick?
No, we work for the city, so we try to keep people off the streets.
Alright, well,
Try
thanks for the
to
advice.
stay away from touching anything red, because you know places that are red normally mean that somebody that's been really sick possibly died in there or whatever, and then you know the spores just spray everywhere, and you know you can possibly get that too.
Yes, thank you for the history lesson. Yeah, it really jogged the old memory. Thank you very much. God save the Queen and whatnot.
Alright, let's head out. I'm gonna head us into the nearest alley and say, we gotta get out of here now.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
Yeah, well, we can't very well go back to that old bloody place now, can we?
No, the door was red.
Victoria's been dead since forever.
In the meantime, let's continue on forth with the library.
I don't know. I said it's closed.
Don't mean we can't break in now. She'll need information. If it can give us information about the symptoms, the better.
Oh yeah, you do have a point. Let's stay away from everything then.
Oh, never mind. It's closed.
Wait,
Oh.
we have 2 miles to go.
Ho, ho, ho. All right. So,
Santa?
so Jake, you're walking around, and as you're walking, you know the snow is pretty high. I mean, high enough where you know you're not stomping, but you're walking, you know, where you don't get to see the ground. And you continue walking, and finally you find the idea of, you know what, there's a door over here that doesn't necessarily look red, so you go ahead and you try to unlock it. And as you try to unlock that door, unfortunately you miss. And you push too hard and you jab your locking tools inside of the nail of your pointing finger from your left hand. Go ahead and roll a 1d6, please.
1d6,
Yeah.
6-sided die.
Yeah, 3. All right, so you take 3 damage, and you see how that locking pick, whatever, made out of metal, is just jabbed inside of your finger, you know, under your fingernail, about I want to say 1.5 inches inside of your finger.
Oh, jeez. That's gory.
Oh,
God damn.
That's gonna leave.
This is the real horror, the body
no,
horror.
Cindy's
aspect.
seen this before, and last time she tried to help, she killed someone.
Yeah, so the irony of it, I'll do it.
Sydney, don't disappoint them.
Sydney's like, let me put you out of your
Don't
misery.
disappoint them.
I
Like-
did fumble. Thank
Oh,
Christ.
yeah. Alright. Let me see if I
She's like, I'm gonna help you. I'm just gonna put you out of your misery.
Okay, I didn't
You know,
fumble.
technically, you could have spent 3 luck.
Yeah, but I have 24, and this isn't something I really want to do it on.
All right. So, anybody else want to roll it? What about
You helped enough.
Al? Al, did you? Oh, I gotta roll for you, I guess.
No, I can do it.
Oh, you can put it in there. Nice.
Yeah,
No, you don't need to.
Here, okay, alright, so I don't need to, fine. I will not then.
Wait, how good is your first aid?
I don't know, how's yours?
Let's see. First aid. 30.
Yeah, you start with the 3rd. I mean, you're more likely to get it than a fumble, so.
Hmm.
It's up to you. And how many HP you have.
Why not? I have 4.
Oh my god. Alright.
Sure, why not?
Wait,
Good luck.
did I mean...
So, Al, go ahead and roll the first aid, please.
Sure. Give me a second.
Yep.
You just don't need to fumble. That's all.
Oh, now you tell me.
Keeper, what time is it, roughly?
Woo!
Oh. Any
It's about
higher,
one-
and I would have been there.
Well, see, now you put the quantifiers on. I told you.
It's
See,
about
if I
1
rolled
o'clock.
when I wanted to roll, I would have passed. But then you said don't roll, so I wasn't ready then. So it's not my fault. I was
It's-
just trying to follow in footsteps.
Alright,
Alright,
who else
don't-
has first aid?
It's about
Don't
1
make it
o'clock.
Critical success.
Yeah,
let's see. So the only other people who can roll are Fergus himself and Daniel.
Can I do it for myself?
Just a second. Who got hurt?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a minor accident.
Instead of first aid.
So what?
I have 89 in medicine.
That's
Okay,
not
roll
cheap.
medicine. Go ahead, roll medicine.
But if you get a success on first aid, you get to up the scale.
Yeah, but first aid is only 25.
You start at 30. Don't you?
Just let him do medicine.
Yeah, you started there.
Alright, so go ahead and roll 1d3, Jake.
It says
Yeah.
25.
Nice.
Yeah, you start at 30 first aid. So you can bring that up.
Yeah.
Alright, so Jake, obviously you didn't unlock that door, by the way. So
I was trying to get that tool out of my hand.
yeah, just so you know. So what's next, fellas? What other fun
Sorry, man.
stuff you guys want to do in this magical cold
Play
place
infested.
that you're visiting?
Let's think about going to the library.
I want to figure out what the fuck is actually that disease.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah,
farther do we have to go
library
to get to
still.
the library?
Go ahead and roll a 1d10.
I'll be heading over to either a hospital
9 more
or a
blocks.
morgue.
Okay.
Either I plan to go to either a hospital or a morgue where I can get
That's how you get
information /
infected.
samples.
Well, you don't necessarily know exactly where they are right now. The
And
morgue.
it's quite possible it's something we have in our world, but we dealt with it with antibiotics and similar, or if not full vaccination.
You might be right. I know
Never
you know more
had
about this than me,
vaccines.
but remember, if they're saying this is a plague, it seems to have killed a lot of people. Look how many red doors there are.
It's a
Go
plague
ahead and,
with antibiotics.
Go ahead and roll
Even
intelligence.
Apple?
Go ahead and roll
I
intelligence.
would disagree. I would disagree, but
All right, so you roll some intelligence. So, let me see. So, what you start thinking about, you start looking at them talking about this so nonchalantly, and yeah, there is, you start thinking that, well, yeah, that possibly there's a good chance that it may be something that it already happened, and we took care with antibiotics, but what if it's something that hasn't happened yet? Or what if it's something that antibiotics cannot kill? And what if he
it's
gets
really a
sick?
plague?
And what if he gets sick and then we guys leave out of this place and we bring it with us?
You're forgetting one thing. I'm a doctor.
Okay, but I'm talking about what he's thinking. So you're thinking, well, what if he gets it and he doesn't know that he gets it, but then ultimately when we leave out of this place, we carry to another universe, another parallel.
That's why
world.
I'm still wanting to go to the library, because even if there's no official books on it, there could also be newspapers, since they would hold that.
And that's like,
But that's superficial information at best.
right, but what are we gonna do about it? If you get the plague, it's over. If we don't have
Yes,
that's what, I don't think it's worth the risk, man, unless you wanna,
we could jump someplace else also.
We can't yet.
No,
That's-
we can shelter in place.
can we?
If I
Oh, you mean the portal? Oh, you mean if that's a spell that she can do?
I mean, I can try to take us out of town, but
The
again,
point of it is, why are we concerned with this world? Are we trying to gain money? What are we really trying to do?
I mean, it would be a nice deed to save them, but if the top doctors here haven't been able to do nothing about it,
It's
I don't
more
know.
on the lines if I can get proper medical equipment.
That I can agree with. That I can agree with.
This
But
pouch, and that's the pouch that he has on the back of his belt, his first aid kit essentially. He has only so few supplies.
I don't know if this is the place we want to be looking for medical supplies, though, because if we're going anywhere where medical supplies are, that's where the sick people have gone, right? So we're likely
Not
to get to
necessarily.
why don't
well,
we
where do sick people go?
And it seems that in this place they're isolated within their homes that they lock up, and he kind of looks towards the sealed doors
Okay.
marked red, or they are they're taken somewhere where they want in quarantine, and considering their showing attitude so far, I do not think it will be a most friendly environment for them.
Yeah, but what do they have to do with us? What I'm saying is, it prudent for us to risk our lives?
I just don't want to bring this bloody thing back with us.
I say that whenever we get a chance out of this world, we should boil all that we got from that apartment in boiling water.
Yes.
I
That's
agree.
if that's if it.
We will.
That is if it becomes a formite. We don't know if it, even if it becomes a formite. We don't know if it becomes a reservoir. We don't know how long that this leaves on objects. That's my point.
No, we don't know, but it's better safe than sorry, right?
I just
Is it?
can we bloody just go? Your
Let's not be
point is valid,
No.
but
Why are we worrying about it? Let's just continue to leave. We're always worried about. Let's just try to get to our own world. We're not here to fix other people's stuff.
oh, God, Lord, no. I just want to make sure if I don't infect others, let alone the ones we care for.
I'm with Al. Let's just get out of here.
All right, so you guys continue walking, and you get to the library. However, when you get to the library, you see that where the sign where it says library says, that's kind of crossed, and underneath, it says, contention center, and and there's a lady in front, wearing a nurse's outfit, that she's sitting behind a desk, and she sees you coming, and she says, "Do you have any relatives that are here?"
May 1,000 apologies, Matt. We were looking for the library. I see my friend here referring to Sydney, who happened to be the closest. She was just concerned and wanted to know more about the plague, and we're just seeing if we could educate ourselves on it.
Have you been living under a rock? I mean, the plague has hit the whole world.
Yes.
You could say that. You could say that.
Well, unfortunately,
And,
if you're not sick, I cannot let you in the building, because this building has been taken over, and it is, all hospitals and every single public building has been taken over, as we don't have enough room for people to be quarantined, So
Oh
therefore,
no, oh no, exactly. We just she's just wanting to know the specifics. I'm not the one for the medical type. I
Yeah,
can
I
barely
am.
understand it.
I've
You
been
know.
sorry.
If
I've
I
been
may,
traveling far and away from cities for quite a couple of years, so I'm a little behind on the news. But anything you could tell me about the plague would be super appreciated, man.
yeah, no problem. Well, I can tell you that if you've been far away from the city, I guess your basement must be like really, really far down, because otherwise this has hit the whole world. So no matter where you've been, you would have found out. Also, I'm not sure how you made it back, because there's no boats, there's no airplanes, there's no trains. Nobody's traveling because they can't. They're too busy dying. Those that they
No,
know,
I walked.
those that they know how to control those machines you're talking about that you used to travel with, they're whether dead or they're whether about to die.
Very good, ma'am. But just the symptoms.
Well,
Please.
you get a light fever at first, and then you notice that one of your eyes just changes colors. It normally tends to become first a little red. Your iris just changes color. First it becomes reddish, then it becomes orangey, and then eventually it turns all the way darker until it becomes black. So you
Right
end up with
on, right on.
one black eye, and not, but due to the iris just changes color, and then you start getting paler and paler. The fever just gets worse and worse. You get spots all over your skin,
does
and you die.
sweat start becoming darker before you
That
die? Like black dark.
I'm sorry, what?
Sweat. Does sweat changes color
Sweat? No, the sweat
as
doesn't change
it
color.
progress? Is it still clear? Does it become yellowish?
No, sweat still clear, still stays clear. Actually, um, due to the fever, most people stop eating, so they they're not able to fight
Keeper,
the disease at the same
what
time.
would
Um,
I
but it's very,
yeah,
very
what
rare. We don't know
yeah,
exactly where this plague has come from, but it was very
keeper,
swift.
keeper, quick question. Because to me, I this sounds like something I already heard of. Um, it's a fungal disease and surprisingly easy to treat, but you need to be fast. Anyway, what would they have to roll to attempt and make a diagnosis? Because it's
yeah,
Intelligence.
medicine would be that.
You
medicine
can you can
doesn't
you
have
can
to be
roll
hard.
intelligence, um, but then again, granted that what she's telling you is stuff that you know. Remember that ultimately you're in a complete different world.
I know,
So okay,
but you, but if it's something that I know about and they didn't consider, or maybe I have knowledge about medicine that might work, it wouldn't hurt to get on their good side because we'll be here for a bit.
How long are the dead bodies? If someone has died of this disease, how long do the bodies remain infectious?
well, about a week. Symptoms start appearing within a day or so, and people start getting worse and worse and worse. The problem is that when they when they go up and about, they don't realize it. But in the same way that you shed skin every day, that skin starts flying around, and then you end up breathing it and infects you. It's like a spore that you get in your body, and it just grows again, and then you become infected and you die.
Did anyone Um, this might be weird question because the autopsies were they conducted?
Well, whenever we had a morgue, yeah, and pretty much everybody was dying out of the same thing. All their organs were black by the time that they were dead. Um, Everything seems to turn black eventually. My best advice, if you want to survive, I will get the heck out of town, even if it means camping in the snow.
Yes, yes, right on. Thank you very much, madam. Have a lovely day.
Unless you want to
You
stay inside of a building locked, but right now you will have to be very lucky because you may find a building with a red door, which means that someone that died was there or that someone that is really sick is still there. But you may also find a building that somebody was living there but might have just died and nobody may know that the person just died, so you go in and you may get sick anyway.
The 30 feet. Do I have inkling to what I presumed slash about the potential disease? Because if it's a fungal infection that I know of, or at least similar, then treatment is, or it should be doable. Maybe. Possibly. Probably not.
Okay. Well, without actually being able to examine a body, you wouldn't necessarily know what it is. I mean, you can have an idea, but you're only going to be going based off your idea, not necessarily exactly what it is.
Ma'am, I'm
And without the proper precautions, you can get infected too.
I know. Ma'am, I'm a doctor. Would you mind if I ran a few tests on some of the patients? Worst case scenario, I join them and die. Best case scenario, I am correct and might be able to save lives of at least those that are in initial phases.
All right. Well, here we have to make a decision, and everybody's gonna have to pitch in. So, obviously, the lady letting you in or not is gonna be up to the dice. However, however, let me finish. Everybody's gonna need to be aware about the fact that if he goes in, he's not gonna know if he gets sick or not for a while. So chances are that you're potentially going to be able to leave that world along with him without necessarily knowing if he's sick or not. And then he may be sick or not later on and get you sick too. So, who is going to stay there while he goes inside?
I really don't think you want to go in there, man.
I'm afraid it's his choice and his alone, I'm afraid.
Ma'am, you said the symptoms start appearing about a day after infection, right?
Yeah, they are about a day, but it takes a whole week to be really really bad. I mean, your eyes start slowly changing color to where it's a little hard to notice. Normally within 2 days you can see your eye like completely of a different color, and then also you start turning paler. You start coughing a little bit, and your health starts deteriorating. You completely stop eating at that point because you just don't feel good. Ambulating is really hard because you get like super tired and super weak. And she looks at Daniel and says, "Look, if you want to go in, you're more than welcome to go in. However, once you go in, I'm afraid I cannot let you walk out." I cannot allow myself to be around you once you go in. And if you go in, you will see doctors that are wearing, not a whole lot of stuff because they're already sick, and that's why they're allowed to stay there. But normally anybody that goes in is not allowed to come out, mainly because there's no cure for it. So therefore, anybody that goes in is assumed to be sick.
There was never anyone who recovered from this.
No.
If okay, this is out of the character, if I'm correct, I don't roll fumbles. I'm going to fumble so bad.
I mean, you don't even have like safety gear, so.
Yeah.
That's called PPE.
Yeah.
Is that going to look? He's trembling a bit. Trust me, there are things worse than whatever this thing is.
Yeah, it's called Big C.
If you wanna go in there, we can't go in with you. We're gonna have to go without you. You know that, right?
If I manage to come out with a cure before
It'll be days.
you guys
I don't know if you have that kind of time.
leave,
Well,
I don't know when we will be leaving. I'm willing to rest.
if you come out with a, I'll tell you what's gonna happen ultimately. If you do come up with a cure, right? You're potentially gonna be saving a world. No lie. However, chances are that, I don't think you're really thinking about the fact that, for one, you're taking chances about being able to accomplish that, and for two, I'm not sure if the rest of the investigators are just gonna sit around to see if they get sick or not in time, and to see if you manage to come up with the cure before you actually die in there. So
Okay, off the record, we were in the apartment with trapdoors, correct?
you were inside of an apartment, yes, that hasn't been habitated for a while, and there was nobody visibly sick inside.
And we don't know when that person was removed from there. It could be just a few days as far as we know, or it could be weeks.
No, it could be. You could assume that it has been. You could assume that it has been at least a couple months, because for one, I did mention that it looked like things haven't been moved in months, and also I did tell you that there was no one inside of that apartment, regardless alive or dead. So there was really nobody there that could potentially shed any spores and get you sick. Or the only thing that you were exposed to was if maybe there was anything lingering, but since it was months ago, chances are that your exposure was like very low. I mean, I wouldn't have brought you in the world to kill you straight up. However, in this case, this is a little different. In this case, you're looking to die. And if you're looking to die, my friend, you're welcome to.
It's not just that. We would probably abandon you before you find the cure because we just want to get out of here ASAP.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because I have to say, not everybody is going to end up returning to the original world, regardless if it is because A, you decide to die, or B, because you decide to become a hero and save a whole world and decide to maybe stay there, or C, because maybe you find a better world that you like more and you just decide to stay there because you're just getting out tired of traveling around. So, you know,
If I'm right, and I believe that I'm on, if I'm right, and she did teach us how to teleport, and
No,
did,
you've
I'm,
gotten 1 day out of 21 of the days of training you did to learn how to
you
teleport.
taught us how to teleport. We didn't master how to teleport. There
I
are
don't know
differences.
how that works. That's Nega's call.
yeah, no, you're not gonna master
Different.
teleporting because the only thing you do master technically, excuse me, the only thing you do master is how to cast the portal, but you don't master where you go. You don't ever master where you go because it's all
You can only
bound
do
to the dice roll. So all you really learn is how to open the portal. That's it. You don't necessarily learn to go to a certain place.
You did mention that or at least insinuated that knowledge of how to use that portal is instrumental for using the amulet, and that in every world there is an amulet.
Yes, in every world there is an amulet that is potentially being found. You don't know if there's an amulet in that world that you're in already that has been found or not, or maybe if it was found, you don't really know if somebody used it and left, due to the fact that the world is in shambles right now. You don't know. Also, I also said that the portal spell has nothing to do with the amulet because the portal spell, you travel depending on your roll, how successful you are, and then if you're unsuccessful, then you roll and you see how far away it takes you because you're not going wherever you want to go. So if you pass the roll, you do go wherever you want to go. If you don't pass the roll, you still cast the portal. However, you have to do a dice roll to figure out exactly how far away it'll take you.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. I know you're okay with that, but you cannot cast it. And apparently the rest of the group
Yeah.
is not going to because they're not going to stay there.
I think the consensus is if you want to go in there, you will, in all likelihood, be left behind in the group, and that is your choice to make.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go like this. Probably a bit safer option. He's going to. Do you perhaps have a notebook of sorts and tape and pen?
Hold on, who?
Are you going to ask the? Are you asking if the doctors in there could help describe what they see, what they know?
And the lady says, look, any single piece of equipment, and she says,
I might have I might know something that could.
and the lady says, look, whatever the doctors have is behind a locked area that only they can access. And, by common sense, anything that is there with the sick people and all that doesn't come out here, and everything that is out here, if it goes there, it doesn't come back out.
Okay, first aid kit. I should have. Okay, I'm going to pull out the small notebook from the first aid kit. Just quickly scribble down a few things. Mostly of medical formula for it was popular medicine that time. I can't remember what it's called. It was used for some very nasty infections that tended to kill people because of fungal infection. It's not penicillin. Penicillin is actually a terrible choice for fungal infections.
All right, so you write that stuff down and you give it to the lady and and the lady just grabs it and says, "Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm gonna pass it around. I honestly don't know if they tried this or not, but
If it works, it might help them a bit. If not, they really don't lose anything.
you know what? You're totally right." And and she gets up and she grabs a book. And when she gets up and she grabs a book, you see. Actually, go ahead and everybody rolls by him.
Let's go.
Feeling.
All right, so all of you notice how her eye is of a different color than the other eye.
And now we're infected.
Let's boil ourselves in water. How close did we get to her? Like, I don't. Once you started, I don't think I would have gotten more than within 6 feet of her ish.
Fungal, he don't survive in the extreme cold. So
if that was true and everything is frozen, don't you think that if it was fungus outside of the fucking door, whether it was painted, it would die? It wouldn't be on the surface. I mean, that's just common sense to me. So what do you think, Doctor? It's outside. You just said it, right?
that we need to find a bunch of chemicals.
I don't think we have the resources to be able to help this world. It's a very noble idea, but I don't think it's realistic in any sense of the word to be able to assume we're going to be able to help these people.
I was talking more about we making something that should help us if we are infected. If I'm correct.
If. That's a pretty big if.
For now, let's head outside. Let's go in the woods again. Back into the woods.
Well, guess let's just do what we can until the amulet recharges.
All right, so 2 hours went by so far,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and you notice that a truck stops by. There's people wearing
It's gonna get better.
there's people wearing masks that get out of the truck, you know, completely covered, like masks
Stay away
out
from
of the,
everyone as a general rule.
you know,
Yeah.
they're wearing masks.
6 feet apart.
Like they're wearing masks out of the world, you know, the World War One, pretty much the type of gas masks, and
I'm all too familiar with that.
and they go to the back of the truck. They open it, and when they open it, you clearly see this cloud of white stuff just coming out and flying with the wind,
The distance.
and they said, "Well, we got the new batch right here. We're gonna be bringing them in."
Patch of what?
Well, probably you're thinking-
You haven't figured it out. You haven't figured it out yet?
Yeah, let's
He's
go.
giving-
Simi is like pulling people, like grabbing.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here and like.
I'm already like backing away.
Yeah, I'm probably like 20 feet away at this point. Be like, come on, guys, we don't want to linger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue walking, and where are you going now? By the way, 2 hours went by so far.
Well, if the library ain't good, we might as well see if we can get any supplies or.
Let's go to the woods. I don't think we want to risk anything here. Maybe the next
Wait,
place.
I thought we already were at the woods.
We were, but this city's built in a different area or something. But let's go wherever the woods
Oh,
are.
new
would be.
woods.
Different other woods.
Yeah.
I don't think the tree's gonna be around because there's probably bulldozed whenever the city was built. We're gonna let's just go.
All right. So due to the fact that the snow is a little crazy and and you guys cannot necessarily see the ground, I need everybody to roll dexterity as you're walking.
Good at that.
Yeah, I'm decent.
Enough.
Oh,
Ooh.
You're.
I rolled a 1 at this time. Really?
Yeah, you're ice skating.
Daniel, go ahead and roll your luck.
I'm doing a jig while walking along.
What did you say? Have to roll
Luck.
luck.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, go ahead and roll a 1d3, please. As you're walking, you don't realize that there is a hole on the ground that is covered with snow, and unfortunately, you step on it and you trip
Hold on, knocking out.
and you fall. But eventually, in time, you guys make it out of town. You see that out of town, there's a bunch of tents out there with, you just see the tents. Did you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Great.
Hello, hello, hello?
Walking a little further.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
I'm lagging out if anyone else can hear me, so.
Yeah, I can hear you. Discord is having some
You
issues.
seem a little laggy. I can hear you a bit.
Okay. So, ultimately, you get to the area that is out of town. And you see that there are tents. Oh, RTX disconnected. What is going on?
No.
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello. There we are. We're back.
Oh god, this is weird.
Yeah, Discord is having some serious issues.
Yes, computers.
This
No!
Discord's having some serious issues. But anyway, so ultimately, you guys get to the out of town, right? To the outside of the town, and you see that there are quite a few tents. Apparently, a bunch of people had the same idea you did at one point or another, and they went over there and they camped over there. You don't necessarily see anyone, but you just see the tents. Go ahead and roll a 1d30. You see about 20. You can count about 21 tents just from about a block away before you actually get to the completely out of town where there's no buildings.
Is there any area that we can like avoid the tents from? Because I don't want to get too close to those either.
Well, probably not. I mean, you will have to walk around the tents or something, but you don't really know exactly how many tents there are. You just see from a distance of about a block away 21 tents, but due to your location, you're not necessarily able to see if there's more tents behind, if there's more tents to the sides.
Let's say.
Before we get to the tents, where are we at?
You're about a block away from the tents, right? Like, if I have to be specific, you will be like right here. From here is where you're seeing the where you're looking out.
But I mean, nothing else is around us, right?
No, just the buildings.
I'd say this is good enough.
Yeah, I mean, let's. Does the amulet seem to be working yet?
Well, last time I rolled, it's been only 2 hours that passed by when the truck showed up with the dead people. Let's say that it took you, I don't know, maybe let's see how many hours it took you to get there between the accident and how many blocks you had to walk in the cold and all that. So it took you about 2 hours just to get there.
Okay.
So no, the amulet wouldn't be working just yet.
Well, why? What if we? Let's find a spot to just stay away from everything. If anything comes by, we kind of head off the side, and maybe we just wait maybe another couple hours. And if we really don't see anything, we can try to stay away from the tents and see if we can find a place that we can stay more for the night. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get out of town if it's this surrounded, but
Go ahead and roll spy hidden.
Everyone.
Whoever
Might
wants
as well.
Oh, Sydney was good enough.
to. All right. You see that there is, right here. Let me show you where. Right there. There's a building. It seems to have a door, but it's not red, and it seems to be open. Right now,
you
it is pretty cold out there, just so you know. So unless you put your own tent out or something, and maybe you get a fire together, you're gonna start feeling cold. You've been there for a while now. So, do you guys want to go inside of the building? Do you guys want to stay out there and maybe set the tent?
Might as well check out the building.
yeah,
Never
what kind
know.
of building is it?
It seems to be an old factory type building.
Yeah, we might be able to find something in there that might be useful in general.
Yeah, does it look like it's inhabited? Like there's anyone inside or anything?
Yeah.
It
that's
doesn't
the real
look like
question I
anyone's
have.
inside.
Okay. Well, we wanna see if we can carefully peek around in there, see if there's.
Sure. As I'm having my hand near the gun.
All right. So you open the door, and there's a set of stairs. So are you guys going in? Going up?
Might as well. I'm
All right.
going in.
You guys start climbing up, and you see that as you climb up, the cold just subdues a little bit, just goes down, and it starts getting a little hotter, a little warmer. There's no wind. I mean, it's not hot, but at least it's not freezing cold. You notice that you get into a room. There is a little mattress that is on the ground, indicating that probably somebody slept over there. There seems to be a table with all these chemical trays just broken, made out of glass and just broken on the ground, on the table, almost as if somebody was working on something here.
Can I do a spot hidden to see if I can find any cracks or signs of a scuffle? Anything that might relate to this? Simply put,
Yep.
this
You
is clearly off some way.
All right.
Oh wow.
So you do learn
now
that
I get a succeed on a check.
you do learn that the place has been there was a fight in there, and everything got broken down. It was no accident that all that has been damaged. There is a door also that you can see that seems to have a big padlock on it.
Did someone shoot that, please? Or kick it?
Yeah, I'll try again.
I'm not sure you're gonna be able to break it with a kick, but I mean, unless you're Chuck Norris, you know. It won't
Kick
hurt.
it.
I'll go ahead and spend 20.
All right.
Spend 20 luck.
So, okay, you're spending. Okay. So you unlock the padlock. When you unlock the lock, you see that there's somebody dead on the ground. This person seems like it has been shot several times, and it was in there. And there's also another table full of chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
There's also a notebook.
Yeah, I'm just... Look around. I'll keep an eye out. God forbid that whoever did this is still here.
Alright. So, what is the rest of you going to do?
I'm gonna stay probably like 12, 20 feet away from the door. I'm actually gonna keep watch if I can, to see if there is anyone seems to be around or heading in, or looking in, or anything like that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay. Alright, so... Actually, give me just a second.
Does the body look black, or does it look like it died of a gunshot?
No, the body looks like it died of a gunshot. So an hour went by the way.
1v1?
Yep. Just decided to roll it out of why not. So the guy died of heavy blood loss. He got shot many different times, at least 15 times. And ultimately,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, now we can.
So
Okay.
there's a bunch of documents on a table. There's a bunch of chemicals and trays and containers with liquids and different things in there.
Can I attempt few things? Track a few things.
What do you want to do?
I want to do following things. I want to check the eyes of the deceased
Well,
to
the
see if
mhm.
he was infected.
Okay.
Then I want to track the chemicals on the table.
Okay.
Because as you described it, it sounds to me like it's a miniature lab of sorts. Improvised essentially, correct?
Very well. Yeah, sure, no problem. So we'll go ahead and roll a 1d2 first of all. 1 for closed, 2 for open.
Give me a second.
I don't know.
So the deceased have his eyes open, and you clearly see that the eyes are just fine.
That's good. Next part. Chemicals on the table.
Okay.
Would they contain? Okay. I wouldn't. I might remember names of the chemicals used. Never mind. What would they have to roll to see if it potentially contains chemicals that could be used for the medicine, right? For the disease that I'm thinking about?
Okay, well,
Type of you're expecting.
okay. So if you're just gonna guess, what chemicals they are, you're gonna need to roll education, and then probably on hard because there's really nothing telling you other than the color.
Nothing is marked.
Right.
Okay.
Nothing's marked.
Let's-
There is a notebook
let's
over there on the table, but that's it.
Okay, I'm going to go to read it and try to identify the chemicals.
Okay, so you read
If I
the
can.
notebook. The notebook says the plague of Italos, and it's sort of a diary. And in the notebook, pretty much states how this guy pretty much single-handedly created this plague and unleashed it in town. And he got a little bit out of hand, and it started traveling everywhere due to the fact that people just travels everywhere. And it just killed everything. And how he had dreams where he will become the king of the planet by himself, and how there was this entity that told him that he will be rewarded by doing so, and ultimately he's laying down with 3 gunshots to the body. 15 gunshots to the body. But that's as much information as you get from that.
Guys, I think we found the source of whatever is killing everyone.
Take a big whiff.
No, let's stay away from it then.
Or maybe just grab one of those containers and chug a little.
You are very, there's a good possibility that these things are either poisonous or acidic and will kill me in seconds if I do it.
The hell, who's that suggesting that thing? As I'm like looking around, looking
No,
for Mega.
I want to stay as far away from those as I can. I don't want to risk it. If this guy created it, then good chance that... is there anything about a cure or anything like that?
Nothing about a cure.
Nothing new here, but maybe in a book somewhere else in this place, because check the bookshelves, try to find anything that might contain written informations.
Can I roll either occult or Cthulhu missiles to determine if I know of any entity that whispers into someone's mind, something like this?
You can roll your Cthulhu mythos, yeah.
Nope.
Well, there went that. Alright, so...
You wanna spend what? No, I'm kidding.
I was thinking about it, but I don't know.
I'm kidding. I don't
Thinking
know.
about sacrifice a few points of luck to get potentially get a success here, because it's supposed to be on hard, but I forgot to switch from regular. Would I even be able to do that?
Be able to do what exactly?
Yeah. Never mind. Doesn't really matter. I'm
Alright.
going to look through the place, compartment boxes, bookshelves, looking anything containing notes.
So the only notebook you find is the one you got.
Okay. That's not good. Oh. Fuck.
I
I'm guessing we're staying here.
I mean, I wouldn't take any of the substance with you, but if you want to take the notebook, it might have information in it.
Already you read everything that's written in this.
He didn't
So,
take. He didn't write down notes on what he was bloody making.
Did it not say anything about this entity? There might be something in there. 'Cause that catches me as something weird. I think also after we get out of here, wherever we go next, we should quarantine for a bit, make sure none of us are infected.
Agreed.
we could spend a few days. Nothing is making us go back, teleport the moment the talisman gets recharged. Is that how it works?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
In that case, we wait here until we're certain that we're not infected.
Well, I was thinking maybe in a world that isn't full of the infection in the first place. Although I don't really want to spread it either.
Yeah, good point. So we isolate ourselves as far as we can from this place as soon as we can, and wait to see if you're infected. If not,
I mean,
we get out of here the moment we can. If you're infected, well,
I just pumped the shotgun. I'd be very bloody.
yeah.
Yeah.
At a distance. Well, maybe I can try, and again, this is a risk, but if I use the portal spell, try to get somewhere in where there'd be no people about, somewhere maybe a little more southern where it's not so cold. We can camp out, and stay away from anything and everything until we're sure we're not infected, and then we can try to leave. What about that?
sorry, can you repeat?
I'm thinking maybe I could try to use the portal spell to get us. It's a risk again, but get us somewhere we can stay safely for a few days, maybe where no people are, a little southern. So it's not so cold. We can camp. We can spend a bit, wait until we're sure we're not infected, and then leave from there.
That sounds like a reasonable idea. And I like reasonable ideas.
Is everyone on board with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well make sure we're not infected and we don't infect each other. As well.
Well, keep in
We
mind
know
though
we're
that
We're
you
gonna be
also
near each
notice
other anyways.
you also notice that the medallion works now. Just so you know.
I don't want to spread the. If we are infected, I don't want to start spreading this to another whole place. So,
It's a distance either way.
yeah.
Although if we are infected, we could go back to that terrible place and kill whoever.
No, then. I mean, yeah, but the whole world—that's kind of a lot of innocence to. And I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get back there, much less our own world. So.
Hey man,
However,
just go and get Jay.
Let's just rest at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to go out of town, or what's the plan? We staying here? This is
Might- We might as well stay here. Maybe
Alright, let's-
outside. That way we don't, when we do travel and whatnot, we're not in some rando's house. Or at least less likely to be in some random guy's house.
Should we quarantine for a couple days? Make sure there's no one, and close that locked door and like stay away from there. I don't.
Yes, that does sound right. Yes.
We can just use the other rooms in this place. Quarantine, make sure we're not infected.
Yes.
Maybe we all if there's is this place up to be big enough that there would be like enough rooms that everyone could quarantine in their own room?
You don't have your own room. You have maybe 2 rooms and that's it.
Okay. Well,
Maybe
yeah, I guess
decide on
if we're all
these
infected,
other corners.
yeah, I mean, we can do that. We'll see what we can do. We can spend a couple days, see if we're not infected. Because if one of us is infected, we're likely all infected anyway. So let's head to the room without the dead body and the chemicals, and let's wait a couple days, check our eyes, and we can get that out of here.
Fine by me.
Fair enough. Just. This is going to be a long couple days.
It sure is.
Alright, do you guys want to skip? Or what do
Might
you
as well
want?
go outside.
Wait, no, don't go outside yet.
No.
once we're done quarantining, then we can,
Yeah.
you
We're
know.
quarantining inside a place so it's warmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then once we're ready to leave, we can like head outside onto the street, like just outside, right? Make sure no one's out there. But like, we want to make sure we're not infected before we leave this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be spending the night and just waiting.
Yeah, I think we're spending 2 nights, right? Or I guess, yeah, until we want to make sure that our eyes aren't like weird.
Yeah, that we're not mutating.
Okay. So are you skipping for the next 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna get to the next 2 days then and go ahead and roll Constitution.
Oh boy.
Hey, let's see. My constitution is 65 and I
Oh,
got
yay.
a success.
Yes. Okay.
My constitution was 45.
3 successes. That's good.
Oh, hard success. That's nice.
Got 2 successes, 2 regular successes.
Nurgles ain't getting my ass.
And once more. Or did I miscount?
Yeah, I'm
there
still
is
missing
some
rolls.
Yeah. Al, I think, hasn't rolled yet.
Yeah. Come on, Joplin.
Is he here?
Al.
Knock, knock, knock.
Someone is muted, or yeah.
Just a minute.
I typed some things about a half hour ago. So what's the
well-
situation?
We just found the source of the plague, and now we're making sure we're not infected. So roll a Constitution.
How about we just leave a fucking door? How about we just leave a fucking door open since we know that it's affected by cold, so we don't have to make a roll. How about that? Is that possible?
No, we.
It's warm inside.
Yeah, we also don't know that. So.
Okay, it's simple. You
Look.
simply open a door beforehand. But okay,
We're gonna quarantine for a couple days. Just make sure we're not infected.
I wouldn't
Just
have
gotta roll
waited.
Constitution.
I wouldn't have waited that long. But
The first day is a fever, and the second day is where the eye starts getting weird.
Yeah, like basically. Oh fuck! Okay, we're all good. That's awesome.
You're extremely good.
yeah,
In the end, that's probably charged, right? What's it, keeper?
Yes.
I gained 2 hit points. Yay.
Oh yeah, we all
Everybody
get 2
else has gained
HP back.
2 days.
alright,
Yes, completely charged. So it is shining and everything. So,
Alright, let's leave this bloody hell.
are you guys gonna use Are you guys gonna go into the
Let's
the?
check our. Do our eyes get weird? Do we get a fever? Do we get any symptoms?
Well, no, you guys roll the Constitution for that.
Okay. I just.
So we're
just write
fine.
down.
Cool.
Okay.
Out of character, we know that. In character, we do not.
We barely found out.
Well, out of character, you just look at each other's face, and I mean, in character, you look at each other's face, and you notice that there's nothing indicating that you're sick.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let's get to move on. We're very thankful. We should be thankful about this.
Okay.
Sydney, would you please?
I'll use the funny amulet and we go back to the funny door room. Or I guess we walk like probably right outside the door first.
Yeah.
So we're like
Yeah.
that's, out in the city.
Yeah, no, we do it in front of all the tent people because fuck it, fuck them, we don't care.
No.
We leaving, bitches.
No, we don't want to get
Obviously.
infected. Let's just leave outside the door, man. Let's just head out right outside
Yeah.
the door, make sure no one's out there, and then fucking eat because we don't want to be here.
All right. So go ahead and roll. Whoever's got the amulet, go ahead and roll your power.
Oh boy, that's not good. Well, it's
Okay,
not working
so-
again.
So
Someone else
the
got
amulet doesn't work.
Alright, I will. Alright, might as well.
All right. So the amulet shines,
Yeah,
and the portal
That's
opens
a
up.
favorite.
And so the portal opens up. So do you guys walk in?
Yes.
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 Yep.
Okay.
Exiting the building, we go into the new door.
All right.
To
So
the
you
infinite
enter the
hallway.
you enter the corridor. And as you enter the corridor, go ahead and roll spot hidden.
Oh boy. There's
Oh,
other
boy.
shit. There's other us here.
I have my gun.
Fuck.
I am
Oh.
wielding a fork.
I have a knife.
I can kill a god.
All right. So
What?
Jake, let's see, Jake and Jesse, and maybe Al wants to roll too. You guys notice that a door just closed. You just saw
Okay.
somebody walking through and the door closing. And let's go ahead and roll a 1d, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1d5. And you can swear that the person that walked through was Keegan's character,
John.
John.
What could they tell anything about my character since I basically gave them a major wound when I shot them.
Are we? Yeah. Do we see a funny scar on the arm?
No, you just saw real quick that was his character was leaving. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's his evil version.
No, it's just one of his versions.
Right.
Oh.
Yes, we gotta. We might be able to talk to other versions of here ourselves if we wait here for a bit. See if anyone else has found anything out.
Did you wait? What do you mean?
You
Where
didn't
did
see
I,
that?
like,
That was that. It looked like you.
I'm sorry, that wasn't me.
Yeah, it looks like it's just heading through the door. Maybe if we wait here, then
I'm sorry.
The
Yeah,
door-
Al, you are right. What
We
door
can
was
try
that?
but remember the door closed, and remember what happened last time we tried to do that. I mean, we can try. We can try to open it.
Yeah,
I just
like
don't know if it'll lead
like
the same place.
like concerned and like that another me it just did that. So I'm like, sure, I'll
roll. I'll open it. Like, this is concerning, and I
Okay.
also hate my other
You
self.
open the door. When you open the door, you see the following. You open the door without stepping through. You just open. And you
Yes.
see an image that a group of you is, some of you, let's see how many of you. One sec.
4 of us.
4 of you are laying dead on the ground. And then one of you, which, let's see, who will that be?
I just entered, so the other me, I mean.
So it would have been John, a version of John, which this version of John is dressed completely different, by the way. It's actually missing an eye. He's smoking a cigar. He's wielding a very strange gun. He just shoots down another version of himself, and then turns around, looks at the door, and aims his gun through that door when he sees you, John, standing at that door.
Hey, hell, mate, what's going on? As I get ready to dodge.
So he can see through the. It's a tube. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. Stand down! Light brigade from another light brigade? As I'm like saying.
What is it? What is it?
And give me a second. Just a moment, please. And thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is anybody else getting Highlander from this?
A little
Does
bit.
he?
Yeah.
I'm just like hoping he'll actually talk. Like,
Oh no.
And he takes a shot at you, John.
I'm going to dodge.
So
Is it possible for me to?
yeah, well, actually, yeah, you can try dodging. All right, and you dodge. Are you guys gonna leave the door open?
Bloody hell! And I'm going to return fire on him for being a dick.
I actually wanna. Oh!
This was a bad idea. I should not have given you the gun.
All right, hold on a second.
Yeah. Think.
Hold on a second.
Well, I'm dead regardless.
One second. Okay. All right. So as you shoot John is gonna dodge. Hold on. Okay. So John dodges and rolls on the ground. And when he rolls on the ground, he pushes himself against the door. And when he pushes himself against the door, your hand would have been sticking out the door. So the door just closes out, and when it closes out, it slices your hand completely off. Clean. Due to the weight of the door.
Alright, so what do you want me to roll? 1d20 or
Hold on. Let me do one more thing before. So the door closes, and obviously that junk cannot come in at that point. Just a moment. And you're gonna roll a 1d15.
Okay, well, it's been nice knowing y'all.
I think
Well, I didn't suffer major. I'm down to 3 hit points.
so. Somebody may need to roll a little bit of first aid on you.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Well, it's not a success.
No.
Alright, I'm just seeing you both fumble like, bloody hell, just give me a fucking I'll just like take my
So-
belt and just do it myself.
Everyone
You would have
perceives
been no,
this
you wouldn't be able to
as-
do it yourself. You will be in extreme pain. Like when that happened, you would have just grabbed your hand, looked at it, and freaked out and screamed, ah! And then on top of that, hold on. On top of that, you would have fallen to your knees and then finally sit back against the wall and start feeling really, really cold because you're going into shock at this point. So yeah, no, there's no point. There's no way you're doing first aid on your own. What? Somebody talked. Erlian, did you talk?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, can you attempt medicine roll?
Yeah. Go ahead. All for the sake of keeping him alive.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll
Yeah,
a 1d5. All right, 3 points. Now you do determine that in order for you to cure him, I guess, to call it somehow, you will have to cauterize the arm to stop the bleeding and everything. So
We have a gun with a
you go ahead, you burn his arm, like people hold him. However, due to that, Keegan and John will need to roll sanity, please.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
Give me
Yes.
give me a 1d3, please.
I mean, he almost killed himself at the weapons place.
Yeah,
And
with that
compared to it's better than when I saw my friend die in front of me.
fumble.
No, I'm talking about during the Great War.
Oh yeah, well that's different. But yeah,
Exactly.
that fumble was pretty funny. All right, so you took 2 points of sanity down. All right, so
Yep, I'm down to 40.
you guys are ultimately there. Doors closed. You feel a little safer now. Close encounter of the third type. So
Third.
I'm so sorry, John. Can I? Fuck. I'm gonna grab the gun just because I don't think he can use it right now. Just
No.
So I have something
Yeah,
to protect us.
he's got one
I,
hand. He's got one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, what hand was it? Left or right?
Go ahead and roll 1d2, 1 for left, 2 for right.
All right, let's hope it's the last
Flip a
one.
coin.
It's the right
So
hand.
that is
Oh, great. He is right-handed, but now turning to be a lefty.
That was sinister. That was weird.
It's the hand of the devil. Ooh.
Yeah, the devil forced me by cutting my hand off.
All right, so what are we
Nice.
doing other than curing him and watching him squirm in pain, and while you guys hold him down and Daniel Anderson just heat up a knife or some sort of metal and cauterizes the open wound that he had, and so after that, all that fun stuff, what do you guys do?
Oh,
Let's just go home for
Give him a
bloody
bit of
sake.
time to...
Are you?
I just want to go home at this point.
All right. Let's see if we can.
And that's actually a
Make sure we
good
don't-
point. I think at this point in time, if it hasn't before, I think everybody's characters definitely it should hit home the idea that that things are not as good as they probably seem to have been in the last few days. That things are just not going to be as easy going. That maybe you just went in a couple worlds and you got lucky up to some point, but that there is a real big threat over here, and you just don't know exactly when or how, but it just may kill you.
John understands this, and at this point he's just like, just want to go with Eddie home. He like.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it won't do much, but I do have some aspirin at the very least.
Yeah, just
You lost your hand taking aspirin.
yeah, take a blood thinner, why not you?
Take some Aleve, you'll be fine.
But
I have
yeah.
a few pain meds I can offer, but
I mean, yeah.
Let me give you some
Let's see.
opioids.
Just-
have some
Alcohol.
morphine.
Listen here, I'm just like looking at like Sydney, like, for God's sake, just listen here, everyone. Just we're most likely going to die from this, so does anyone have anything they want to be said about their loved ones? You know, as a message.
It's a message.
You know, should godforsaken thing happens to any of us.
I have a notebook. Do we all want to write a last note to our loved ones?
As long as whoever takes it delivers these.
I can write it for you if you want.
Yeah. Just dearly Ayana, things happened. Ani, just keep it simple, why don't we? Have tried to take my place. And I won't be able to come back. Just know that I'm sorry for Andrews. He's a good man, and these belong to you. I didn't know how to give these to you when we were there, and I regret not doing it, but I could. I wish you the best life, and you just goodbye.
All right, so so what? You just pass out over there because you didn't lose enough health to die.
No, that's just like that'll be it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that'll just be it for me. Like, did you get that, Sydney?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna have to go through the bot to make sure I got it exactly, but I'll
Yeah.
have it written down for you.
In the
Alright.
meantime, I'll be wearing it around my neck. So, that in case y'all need to know, any of you need to know where it is.
And
Oh, can be right.
what's can we like write out an address and a name and stuff so we know where to deliver these? Let's all put put one of these together.
Yeah, just
What?
I myself wouldn't know, but I would just tell Sydney about it, I suppose.
What is
Oh my
Lego roll?
God, I can't get it right, huh? I'm trying to determine on a realistic way how much time would have passed. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see. Okay, let's say that 30 minutes. 30 minutes went by within this whole thing.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You know, between the first aid, the shooting, and everything. So 30 minutes. So, what's the plan?
Let's
I
try
hope so.
again.
I go ahead and open the door.
Okay, any power rolls?
Wait, no, we should all think. Remember, we all gotta think about the.
Yeah, I think that their little the letter writing session we did was perfect.
I'm thinking about who the.
Maybe decide on what to concentrate first specifically.
I'm concentrating on who the heck ended up taking, on who the heck took us away from, our loved ones.
So you're concentrating on an evil version of yourself.
Yeah.
Or maybe an evil version of Sydney. Not trying to say that Sydney's evil in any kind of way, but
I mean,
Yeah.
that Sydney certainly is.
Yeah.
what? She's not.
At this point, I'm just focusing on Liliana and the dog tags I need to give her.
All right. So go ahead and everybody roll your power, including Al. That's
I
super.
will focus on the things we talked about before.
There we go.
Fuck you.
There we go. Well, yeah, it makes sense.
I like the number. I just don't like the failure.
That makes total sense. All right, so I'm gonna give you exactly what you wanted. Hold on, who rolled? Our Keegan. All right, well, Keegan, you're really scared right now. You're really scared that someone's gonna open that door, and that there's gonna be somebody there to shoot you. At this point, you just got a little freaked out. So the first thing you're thinking about is granted that you want to go home, but then at the same time you're like, oh my God, how do we know that nobody's gonna shoot me on the head? And then,
Evil me.
Daniel, you are
Yeah, I think we're missing Al.
you just keep thinking about how upset you are that you didn't get to find the cure for that world where you were at, and not only you didn't get to find the cure, but at the same time you wasn't able to bring anything with you to maybe recreate that cure or have anything like that, and at the very least learn from it and be able to take advantage of that knowledge and know about it for whatever reason that is. Ultimately, both of those thoughts brings you the idea of, the massive, crazy experience you're having as to what is real, what is not, the calamity and the catastrophe that you're going through. All right, so you guys open the door. Everything seems to look clear. The sky looks clear too. You don't see much of anything other than you're again inside of a building, but you don't feel much. You hear you very suddenly hear almost as if there is a drum going, a set of drums going, but that's it.
That's like it. I don't like it very much.
No, that's a little weird.
All right.
What does the inside of the building look like? And what do the drums sound like?
The inside of a building, for what you can see, is an apartment. It's completely furnished. It's got a bed, a table, I don't know. It's just furnished as if it was a bedroom. Go ahead and roll spy him.
Jesus Christ. I'm just looking at my lack of...
Ooh, extreme success. That's
Alright.
good. That's good.
So it's Sydney.
So you
Right.
notice that the door is closed. You notice that there's a set of clothes. So obviously somebody lives there. That seems to be definitely the same building you left from. Obviously in a much different state, right?
Alright, what do the drums sound like? Where do they sound like they're coming from?
It would sound
Actually,
like
would I recognize them? Should, and God forbid, there be actually gunshots?
no, they're very distinct. They don't sound like gunshots. They just sound like a very weird beat, like toom, 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 toom,
Like a heartbeat?
toom. Kind of. Could be a heartbeat.
It's like doo doo.
Well, yeah, no, it wouldn't be like tuk. It would just be like one at a time.
Okay. It's like war drums?
No, not necessarily. It's just one that you hear. You don't hear a set of drums. Just like one.
Do they sound loud and like very large?
They sound large, but they don't sound loud. They sound like faint, like very faint, like if it's on the distance, like you're like, I don't know, maybe in another room or something.
And are we going to go through? As I say, like holding my hand again, still.
Well, how y'all feel about this one?
I don't like the heart. I don't like the drum.
I don't much like it either. Do we want to try again?
I
Let's try
would.
again.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys go back in, or are you guys stepping out?
We close the door and I think we try
Okay.
it for a different one.
You close the door. Go ahead, everybody, and roll your power again.
Yes!
Nice.
Two more.
Oh.
God damn it, Daniel.
Come on.
Alright, let's see if Al.
Ow?
Ow.
Don't
Ow.
fall for
Ow. 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 Ow.
Al needs to wake up, Al. Come on. We're almost done here. We're gonna have to roll for him. There he goes. I think. Maybe. No. Alright. Well, hold on. Let's make it happen.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wow.
Great.
Three.
Alright. So a portal opens. And again, you're this time around inside of a building, inside of the same building for all you know. But this time around the building is looks completely different. It looks like brand new almost. Like it looks very well furnished. It seems to be very expensive furniture. The clothes that you can see around, they look like different clothes, like almost futuristic in a way. But that's because mainly they look completely different to what you normally wear.
You think they'll be able to fix my hand?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. It looks
Yeah.
like a rich place at the very least. This place is.
Yeah. All in agreement.
I'll
Daniel?
say sure.
Alright. Good to know. There, guess that or whoever. Everyone else.
All right, very well. So Al is not here, so I guess we're gonna roll it for him. 1d2, 1 for yes, 2 for no. So he says nay, but obviously he's gonna follow the group. So if the group says yes, yeah. Besides, you guys have about, I want to say,
3 yeses already, so.
let's see. You guys got about 3 minutes left on the portal being open.
What happens if we stay here for more than an hour?
We are lost to time, ejected. We see Cthulhu himself and saying, "What the fuck are you doing in my bathroom?"
All right, so are you guys stepping in or not?
Might as well.
Okay, so you step out.
Again.
You step out. So I need everybody to roll dexterity.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Hey.
Okay. So as you step out, you look out the window. When you look at the window, you clearly see a Biaki flying through and grabbing somebody. Well, it just carries somebody that has captured, and it just drops it to the ground, and it's plats on the floor. Something hits the building. Yeah, a Biaki. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Let me finish with my description. Something hits the building so hard that actually rips off the ceiling from the room that you're in completely in the rest of the building, falling to the side, and you can clearly see the sky now from inside of the room you're in. You see all these creatures flying around, looking like almost like butterflies, that just grab people and captures them and throws them, and some of them bites them and eats them. And that's
back
what
in
we're
the room, back in the hallway.
and that's where we're gonna
In
stop.
3 minutes,
And that's where we're gonna stop. And by the way, full disclaimer, by now, after you've seen all that, the timer would have run out.